Hey guys, this is Jen from Head to Toe, and I have a little secret to share with you. Do you know what this is? This is the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and it is going to come out very soon. So I wanted to share with you what's in here. So if you open this up, you can already tell it has really improved packaging from the last Urban Decay Naked palette. Not to mention, instead of a mini primer potion, which I'm sure many of you already have the full-size primer potion, it has this little lip gloss, which is in a color that is super duper wearable by just about anyone. And it is in the color Naked. It's the lip junkie type. Isn't that adorable? Super adorable. It's a little bit rubbery, so it's easier to apply. That's what the color looks like. Just super duper wearable. So here's the actual palette. It's a metallic beigey kind of, gosh, I don't know what this is made of. Maybe like metal or plastic or something. And it has a lot sturdier packaging. Can you see this? You can actually hear it snap together. So if you compare that to the last Naked palette, which is made of flocked cardboard, and it just has a metallic front, but it's all cardboard, it's a lot flimsier. So you can tell a difference. Here's the old one, here's the new one. So I really love how they've improved the packaging. When I first saw this, I kind of flipped out a little bit. Of course, you know, that's my thing. When I get excited about makeup, I just like freak out a little bit. But I love the embossed letters on it. I love the hard case. I love how it snaps because it's a lot more secure and a lot easier for travel. I'm not going to be as concerned with it like going all over the place. At the top there's a mirror like the old version, and down here instead of the dual-ended pencil it actually has this brush, a double-ended brush. I was a little bit concerned at first about this fluffy side because usually if they're longer they don't have as much control, but this brush is actually pretty stiff. So it's really good for blending or putting a lid color on your eye. And then this is just a flat brush, which is fantastic because that's my favorite way of just applying color to the lid. And this is also synthetic, animal friendly. Here is the actual palette with all of the colors. Right off the bat, you can see that there's a matte highlight shade and a matte black, which is really great, right? The first thing I noticed is that this is still a mixture of mattes and shimmers, and there's also like a glitter in there. I know a lot of people don't really like the whole like midnight cowboy type of eyeshadow, but it is kind of their best seller. So they did include one like that, and I will also swatch them on my hand for you. So starting with this side, we have Foxy, which is a matte, nicely sheer-ish highlight shade. And then Half Baked, which is a shimmery metallic pale copper. And then we have Booty Call, which is a nice pearly color. It kind of reminds me of Virgin from the last palette, but maybe a little bit more metallic. And then we have Chopper, which as I was swatching it, it was a little bit crumbly, but as soon as I put it on, it turned into a nice rose gold with a little bit of silver glitter in it. It's actually not as crazy glittery as I was afraid it would be. It's really nice. And then this one is Tease, which is almost a purpley taupey matte mushroom kind of color. And then this is Snake Bite, which is probably one of my favorite colors in this collection. I think this is going to be the go-to crease color, whereas any of these would probably work as the lid color. It's just your typical medium brown, slightly satin finish kind of color. And then this one is Suspect, which is more on the neutral champagne with a slight taupe undertone color, and that's also a satin finish. And then we have Pistol, which is a warm grayish color, and that one is also a little bit metallic, but it's not quite as shiny as some of the others. This one is Verve. I would call this a warm silver metallic shade. I don't know if it's going a little bit yellow in the video, but in real life it's actually a fairly neutral silvery color. This one is YDK, which is a little bit of a lighter champagne color. It's a little bit more metallic than this one, and it has sort of a silver sheen to it. I don't know if you can really see that. It's quite pretty. This one is called Busted. It has a very light satin finish. There's not too much shine to it, which is really nice. It's a charcoal kind of color, and I think for a natural smoky eye, this would be a really great option. You wouldn't even need any other colors to work with it. And then of course, this is Blackout, which is a plain black matte shade. I believe this was also in the 15th anniversary collection. And I personally think it's really great. It's very similar to MAC Carbon, just, you know, your everyday plain matte black color. So that's the whole collection. I would say in general, my first impression is that obviously I think it's a great addition to the original Naked palette since the colors aren't exactly the same. This one definitely leans more toward maybe cooler browns and silvers versus warmer browns and purples, if that makes sense. There's a lot of more taupier shades than the previous palette, which is perfect because I really love taupier colors, and I actually think that some cool browns really look great on everybody, even if you have like a warmer skin tone. I was almost hoping that it would have a little bit more matte colors, but at the same time, I'm not disappointed in the palette. I'm really looking forward to doing tons of looks with this, and I especially love some of the really metallic colors because I love using those types of colors as lid colors and then using a contour on the edge. For instance, this one, Chopper, is one that I don't believe I already own. On my arm, it's just such a pretty rosy gold color, and I would love to use that on the lid with some sort of pink or purple kind of contour color, or even just a neutral charcoal gray to really play off of the oppositeness of orange and then gray. But yeah, those are the colors. They have the same fabulous texture as the eyeshadows in the previous Naked palette. So I do highly recommend it. I think this palette is really great. I was super excited to add another one to my collection just because my first Naked palette is so easy to just grab and use that I knew this second one with additional colors would only add to that. So yeah, that's about it. If you're interested in picking this up, I will definitely have more in-depth and clear and wonderful pictures, hopefully wonderful, on my blog with all of the swatches. And I will definitely be also doing tutorials using this in the future as well. So if you would like to see those, you can check them out on my blog. That's from headtotoe.com. If you have any questions for me, as always, you can ask me on Twitter. That's twitter.com/fromheadtotoe. This is Jen, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!